What do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really?
Also interesting to remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah. At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights,
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back.
Old firecrotch.
And when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, what magic wand do you have? How exactly?
Who's going to blow my whistle?
I'm going to think about banging man all day in my mind.
I like to smoke crack.
I like smoking crack. Hello. Welcome to Sanctimonious American Men. I am Saintly Barnes. With me, as always, is Saintly Brandon. Today is Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. It's approximately 8:45 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States.
How you doing?
And here we are.
Late at night on a Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in.
Getting real deep into the week, folks.
Deep into the week. It's a rotating week.
We're really friggin' putting in the time to get these shows together.
Putting them in.
We went from Saturdays to Wednesdays because we've been putting in so much extra
time. That damn skateboard's above us.
Barney's scared it's going to come crashing
It's going to
through.
come crashing through. The world's biggest skateboard. It's going to come crashing through the studio.
Did you see Steve O came over and wrote it?
I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard he was here. Steve O.
He's got it on his Instagram.
Way to go, Steve O.
Way to go.
I don't know shit about you. Except that you were on some show.
He was on Jackass.
Jackass.
Yeah.
That's all I know. And I don't want to hang out with you guys because you guys are jackasses.
Just a bunch of jackasses.
Yeah, you drink too much. You make me drink too much.
Well, you quit. Would you say you?
I accidentally quit.
Quit.
Yeah, I just kind of forgot.
Forgot that it was a thing.
I'm going to start up again.
You are?
Yeah, I wanted to go for a drink this week, but I didn't. I thought about it. I was in New Paltz grabbing a burger.
Burger?
Yeah, and I was in my car. And then I was like, I'm watching my favorite show on my phone, on my car, eating. This is great. It was like my 1980s dream, right?
And you're like, time for a beer.
Yeah, I thought about having a beer. I didn't do it, though.
Why not?
I don't know.
The thought happened and occurred.
It did occur.
But you chose not to.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I choose not to.
It's nice willpower, bro.
Or laziness. That means I'd have to go to the bar, spend money, talk to somebody I don't want to talk to. You know?
Eric says hello. He's watching.
What up, Eric?
How you doing? How's it going?
Eric's son's in the Air Force, right?
Huh?
Are we talking about Vandermark?
No.
Oh, well, Eric Vandermark, you should watch too. I know he has watched. Yeah. So New York is overrun with illegals.
What happened there?
Well,
it was a sanctuary city and everybody was loving it, and now the mayor says New York's going to be destroyed.
Yeah, but we can't talk about that because somebody will call us Nazis. So instead, we're just going to talk about eliminating the Jews to avoid it.
What?
That's the way it goes today. You talk about something actual Nazi, nobody fucking blinks an eye.
Oh my God, dude!
Talk about having a border, and suddenly you're fucking Adolf Hitler.
So Eric Adams says that
it's gonna ruin it. It's gonna ruin the setting.
I just can't believe the talking points turn so fast.
Holy shit! You fucking goldfish if you believe him. Holy fuck, dude. This guy went on saying New York will always be a sanctuary city. Everyone's welcome here.
Yeah, he did that since the day he got elected.
Before he got elected, he was saying this shit. Now he's blaming Greg Abbott as if Greg Abbott lives in a different country or something. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a lot of other people blaming Greg as well.
What, Texas is just supposed to keep them all? Texas is just supposed to be filled with illegal immigrants. That's it. It's just Texas and Arizona. That's it.
Well, that's what they were. They want to build a new border wall around just Texas and Arizona.
Jesus. Fucking Arizona. You better have your driver's license there. You've been there, right? You used to live
Where?
there. Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get south of Phoenix, I hear you got to have your driver's license on you at all times.
Why is that?
Because they'll think you're illegal.
Everybody looks illegal?
Everybody looks illegal there. Yeah, that's what I've heard. New Mexico, no guns, huh? What the fuck, Governor?
I think she should be arrested.
Fucking day, she should be impeached.
Yeah.
And arrested. That's a fucking... Obviously, this is going to make its way to the Supreme Court and get shut down.
But the whole fact that she thinks that her rights or her oath isn't absolute, that's treason.
It's treason. She's breaking the Constitution.
Yeah. You took the oath of office.
She
to
said it's
uphold
a
the
gun crisis health epidemic or some shit.
Me and my brother Ty were looking at the numbers, and as I recall, they were saying of all mass shootings since I think it was 84, 85 or something like that, there's been like 4,800 people have died in mass shootings.
Across the country?
Yeah.
So from Guam to Puerto Rico and everywhere in between.
We're under 5,000 lost lives with mass shootings.
Since when?
Like 85.
Wow.
So, and that's a crisis.
We killed more in Iraq probably today by accident. Have we still killed people in Iraq? I think so.
Oh, sure. Why not? Like, there's probably private contractors over there just running amok.
Oh, yeah. There's BlackRock still over there. Right?
But can you believe that? Like, those stats are... It just goes to prove, like, how you frame any debate. You're going to say, oh, well, we have children dying in a gun crisis. And it's like, oh, my God. Better clutch the pearls. My pearls.
It's like Eric Adams fucking saying that they're being overrun by illegals now. When you invited them.
Yeah, exactly. But the when you look at the numbers, and we did look at more numbers, like how many people died like in their bathtub by drowning, that's like 40,000.
Holy shit, we got to ban bathtubs.
I forget what the number was, but it was per year, I think. I think we were looking by year. I mean, easily 20,000 people are dying in the bathroom per year. But since the mid-'80s, I believe the stat was, we've lost less than 5,000 to mass shootings.
Wow. They make it feel like a lot more.
Yeah,
like
sure do.
I felt like I went out of my house and was dodging bullets. Right?
Well, it's the same thing how they make you feel like white supremacists are everywhere. It's the number one problem on earth. Or at least to the USA.
You know, with the number of black white supremacists coming up these days,
it's amazing.
It actually is starting to become a problem.
There's so many out there.
There's so many black white supremacists.
I mean, every day I see a new one.
A new one. Right?
Yeah. They're being labeled every day.
Every day.
It's like we got what do they say a lot too? They besides they calling them black white supremacists, they'll be like, this is a black MAGA Uncle Tom or something like that.
Yeah, they call them Uncle Toms.
Or a black face of racism.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The black spokesman for white supremacy or whatever. I've heard.
There's so many different ways to besmirch a black person that's a conservative.
Yes, it's just
or just doesn't go along 100% with liberal viewpoints.
I started who are they actually calling white supremacists, right?
You started whittling away at this
question? I
question?
started whittling away at this question. And it's black people they're calling white supremacists. The guy for the Proud Boys, right?
Enriqueo. Yeah, Puerto Rican,
right?
He's a white supremacist.
He's a white supremacist, right? I'm like, holy shit, really? This is happening?
Oh, my God. Yeah. And then I guess, didn't they sentenced Owen Schroyer to 2 months in jail for stepping on the property. It wasn't like he didn't walk onto the property. He stepped onto it.
Yeah, during January 6th. He stepped on the property. He's a reporter, for you who don't know. He's with InfoWars.
So they hate his guts.
So they hate him. No idea who left the cocaine though, but that guy stepped on the property on January 6th. I mean, the cocaine could have been left by anybody.
Yeah, who put cocaine in a White House? I mean,
Could have been anybody, but that guy stepped on the property. I'm pretty sure. So he's got to do a few months of jail.
yeah. I mean,
Bullshit. So this guy is going to jail for 3 months because he stepped on the fucking steps. No
Yeah.
idea whose cocaine it is.
can't figure that out.
Can't figure that out.
Did you? We talked a little bit about the Latinos for Trump music video, right?
A little bit about it, yeah.
And what I've been expressing to people when they're like, I show them that, I'm like, this is the part of the lyrics or whatever you have to listen to. How did you get indicted before anyone on Epstein's list?
Right.
That's all you need to say about that song.
Right. Now, personally, I don't believe in him, but it's a good-
Epstein? Is he like Santa Claus?
no, Latinos. But
What do you mean you don't believe in him?
they're just, I mean, they're Hispanics, which are basically just white people.
Oh, okay.
I don't really believe in them.
they're
They're like Romani.
They have better skin than white people.
I don't know. It's the same genes.
Cooler looking.
Whatever. They're European descendants.
The
They
same as
speak
us.
a Romance language. They're Catholic. It's basically the same shit.
Okay, well, anyhow,
Yeah, but they have a distinction there.
there's yeah, it's a great anthem, I think, because it's showing how the mainstream curtains being lifted amongst the communities that have been taken advantage of by the Democratic Party.
Oh yeah.
They're finally being like, oh, yeah, we're getting off this friggin' bullshit. We promise you everything, but we're actually just trying to keep you down for your vote.
Yeah, that's what's going on. That's why they keep screaming about all this same shit that you can't fix, that has no legislation to fix it. Right?
Right.
Just keep it
It's
going.
like they're just eternally gaslit.
internally. Right? Do we have universal health care yet?
Yeah, sure.
Do we?
In our imaginations.
Imaginations. They've had control a couple times. They could have done that.
They could have done it. But they didn't want to. What they did want to do, though, is make everybody pay. They wanted to compel people to pay for it
Right.
and get like big pharma lots of money.
That fucks. Yeah, it gives big pharma and it fucks Wyoming over because Wyoming doesn't have that many people. So New York State, which is Democratic, right, for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
has been for the last 20 some odd years.
Right.
Was for a long time before that. We don't have universal health care here.
Yeah. Why don't we? Right.
I-
We've been running.
I guess we're too poor. As the richest state, I guess we're too poor.
Yeah, and the Democrats just can't get nothing done because
Can't
all
get
those
that done.
Republicans.
All
and
those
the-
Republicans.
yeah,
And the same thing with California. I guess they just don't have enough people to make it work.
to make that legislation happen.
Yeah. It's a scam, right? It's getting the people that live in the areas that are less populated to pay
for
your bills.
fundraising.
Yeah, pay for the people on the coast.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was like what happened during the abortion thing. Like the minute that abortion bill, or not bill, but the law was made at the Supreme Court, it was within 10, 15 minutes, every Democrat was calling for donations to campaigns within
Oh
the
yeah,
country.
yeah.
And people
They,
were like, what the
they
fuck?
had it written up, like they had it prepared,
Yeah, like they had it ready to go. Like,
ready to go.
if this goes bad, we're going to raise a lot of money.
Yeah, they already had the videos made.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what other videos they have made.
Did you see Nancy Pelosi's going to run again? She says she's got to run again.
Because San Francisco needs her.
She's doing so good out there.
So good for the last 50 years. She got big tits. But she's been out there for 40 years. Fucking,
They're called the heavies.
well, whatever. I'm sure they're down to the ground by now, but whatever. Anyway,
Oh,
because she's
boy.
done San Francisco so great that
She's got to keep up the good work.
you could shit anywhere
Without you can shit anywhere you want in San Francisco now. You're welcome. You can go to the bathroom
now.
anywhere.
Anywhere.
You can rob up to $900 worth, and you don't get arrested.
You don't get arrested.
And if you do, they let you out the next day on cashless bond.
I'm waiting for this to get kind of serious. Like, what if there's like, and I know this exists, right? So the ER, you steal from the ER, but she only steals something that's worth $50, right? Guy dies. Who's ever on the table? But you only stole something that's worth $50. They're not going to prosecute you.
What the fuck, dude? What twisted thinking is this?
Because
You
right?
killed somebody?
No, I'm just yeah. You would kill somebody by stealing a fucking $50 instrument
Yeah.
that they're not going to prosecute you.
Can
for.
they call that murder?
I don't know. They're not even going to charge you fucking theft. So how do you make the jump?
How are they gonna make it the jump to friggin' murder? Especially if it's premeditated. He's like, this is a perfect. Go get that scalpel.
You can rob from emergency rooms. You saying emergency rooms can't charge people with fucking theft because it's under $900?
Don't know. Yeah. I mean, well, but back to Mexico. Speaking of,
yeah, Mexico,
New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico.
Yeah, and this goes to like her banning of the Second Amendment or executive order of a postponement of it. Only security guards and police officers would be allowed to carry weapons in. She's like, it's only in Albuquerque and I forget which county. And people are supposed to look at that like, oh well, it's only a county.
Only a county, yeah, sure.
But there's, I think, I forget how many people in New Mexico. But once you put that county and Albuquerque together, it's 1/4 of New Mexico.
Yeah, sure.
Can't carry guns.
I mean, where did I live in New Mexico?
Albuquerque.
Right?
Yeah.
Roswell, right?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Yeah. I mean, it's desert.
You want to stay close to the water.
You gotta stay near the water. See the water
The water.
glistening all over
All over
your
your body.
body. Anyway,
Martin Lawrence. Go check out his special from 96?
I don't know.
95?
Whatever. We haven't heard much since he was like roaming around Hollywood.
Martin?
Yeah, he was freaking out saying they were trying to kill him and all this shit.
I don't know what happened with Martin.
He had a breakdown in Los Angeles.
How many other black men have had a breakdown? I didn't supposedly Dave have one, and that's when he left the show, Dave Chappelle show, and went to Africa.
Yeah, he had suggested that there was something going on besides this behind the scenes, that they were trying to get and pressure him to do things that he didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it
sounds like some Epstein stuff, maybe.
made him leave the hemisphere and the continent.
That's awesome. Go for him.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure it was something like that. It was like, well, you're making so much money now, dude. We need the dirt on you.
Yeah, we need
Otherwise, you can't
Right.
keep going.
bang this mule on video.
This underage mule on video.
On video.
We promise we won't tell
We
anyone
won't tell anybody.
as long as you do what we say.
All right.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
He was he was hilarious. I mean, I don't know where the hell he is.
He lost it in Hollywood, saying they're trying to kill him. I think it was Cat Stevens was talking about it. He was like, "What the hell did they do to Martin that drove him to this?" Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent, Martin Lawrence.
Okay, where were we talking? We were talking about the Second Amendment in New Mexico.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, you're gonna get assault Gila monsters, right? People are gonna run around with Gila monsters.
Just snapping people's fingers with ghillie monsters?
Yeah, he's just poison them. Done, sucker. Throwing Gila monsters at people.
Sales are going through the roof in New Mexico of ghillie monsters. It's the new preferred weapon of death.
That's what it's gonna come down to if they take the guns away.
Oh my god!
Fucking that reptile guy is gonna be the arsenal guy. He's gonna
Right. He's gonna be the armor smith.
Mhm.
Oh my god!
Let me get one of those automatic Mojave rattlesnakes and
What are those tactical rattlers?
tactical rattler.
Give me a jar of those scorpion grenades. Just toss in a big old bunch of scorpions on someone.
Scorpion grenade.
Oh, gotta go back to the old ways.
Monday was the worst. It was 9/11, right?
Mm-hmm. It was pretty weird.
And
Hey.
I just had this fucking skit stuck in my head. I don't know why.
About what?
So it's a guy who's in a coma.
Okay. Oh man, this already sounds really bad.
And they're like, "Sir, do you know your name?" "I don't know." "Do you have any family?" "I don't know." "Do you know where you live?" "I don't know." "You know how old you are?" "I don't know." "Are you married?" "I don't know." "Do you have any children?" "I don't know." "What's today?" 9/11. Never forget.
What the heck?
He just can't forget 9/11. Everything else he's forgotten.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
That's because Biden went to Alaska on 9/11. Nothing against Alaska.
Well, yeah. What was he doing up there?
I don't know.
even
Nothing happened there. No.
It's
No,
like he
no.
just flew through there, so he didn't have to go to New York.
It was like a
City.
layover or something.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
Japan or something. I don't know.
He said he wanted to go to bed. You see that video clip?
Yes, I did.
He's talking to NATO, or who is he talking to? He's talking to.
He was in like
No, he was in a country. You're right. What
he was in
country?
like Polynesia somewhere, Indonesia, Malaysia,
Something like that.
Singapore.
I don't know about you. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that was a really weird thing to say on stage.
And then they said he's still talking. He's talking into the microphone, and somebody comes over on top of him and says, "Okay, that will be all. Thanks for everything, folks." And then they start playing music. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. He's lost out there. Coach, get him out of the game. Come on. We're getting killed out there. Hold that guy.
I see a lot of people starting to say that now. Looks like CNN's turning on him.
Yeah, CNN finally turned. They had the moment.
I just don't know how the hell they're gonna get someone.
CNN had the moment where like, he could win. Trump could win. Oh shit!
This could actually happen.
This could happen.
Well, when they're seeing videos like Latinos for Trump, and then I saw this other black dude rapping about, he's going to vote for Trump, and you see all, I don't know. It's just like the numbers are crazy. I mean, I guess it's half of the country or near close, but like when you see like a Trump rally versus like the president go somewhere,
Right.
we're seeing two different realities.
Well, that's like, I mean, I think CNN did this week where, he went to the Iowa State football game.
Yeah,
right?
and it was just
And
massive.
and they doctored the footage to make it sound like they booed. And then you go watch CNN was saying they booed at him.
That's that's like some Joe Rogan shit they pulled.
It was exactly like that. And there is somebody who does boo.
But it's probably like one
That's one
dude with his
fucking
own
dude.
camera, is on his own phone, and he's the loudest guy in the room because he's booing right next to the mic.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
All right. What else did I have here?
So we went to Mexico, assault Gila monsters.
That's where we're headed.
Mexico. Let's talk about Mexico. Mexico.
Oh, you said they found little miniature ETs. Did you notice the heads looked like ET?
Yeah, they did. So for you don't know, Mexico's a republic with a Congress, much like ours, very similar. Right? And in their Congress this week, yesterday, I believe, I was getting notifications at like fucking 5 o'clock of UFO people. I'm like, what the fuck? So, Jamie, right, in English, Masson, right, his name in French is Ami Masson, or
Armin. Are you talking about? No, you're not.
talking about Jamie Masson, the Mexican researcher.
Yeah, I don't know.
In Spanish and French, it's like Ami or something. It's a little bit different. I think he uses the French version. For you don't know, Mexico was once occupied by France. Anyway, they got a really crazy fucking history. They were ruled by an Austrian fucking prince for a while. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, so in their Congress, they brought out dead aliens. Allegedly found in a Peruvian mine. They're 1,000 years old. They're
Dead aliens, folks.
30% not human.
That's what their analysis said.
Yeah, like
So their DNA has 70% human DNA, and then there's 30% who
Well,
knows.
from what I heard translated, because I don't speak Spanish, this was all said in Spanish, is that they know what the human genome looks like, right?
The human genome, yeah, it's been sequenced,
and 30% of it was different. So,
Hmm.
and it didn't match anything on Earth. And this allegedly, this one thing had eggs in its body. They're like mummified, right? And
They look like little clay,
They did look
like
fake.
high school pieces.
They really did. They're very symmetrical and square, and
I mean, unless they had said they were mummified, I can't
that's
believe.
basically what they said.
Were they supposedly mummified?
They were found in a salt mine, so I guess that was the implication.
That does not look like any type of anatomy I would
No.
think of. But
Flat faces.
yeah, like E.T. They look like E.T.
Like E.T., yeah, kind of.
They had long necks,
Long necks.
a round-ish head that went out the front, and a flat face,
Their head was kind of
like E.T.
conish and flat. Yeah, it was like E.T.
That's what made me really take another look. I was just like, did someone subconsciously hoax E.T., or does Hollywood know something we don't know? And Steven Spielberg made E.T. look like these ancient aliens.
Well, there could be. Hollywood knows something. I mean, Steven Spielberg was on Close Encounters too, and I remember Jacques Vallée, right?
Yeah.
He was an advisor on that movie. He's actually portrayed in the movie by the French guy. He didn't like some of the things Steven Spielberg did, but whatever. What I need is something so scary, clears 100 square miles of every living soul.
Every living God-fearing soul. Anthrax. So back one more note on the New Mexico thing. The sheriff said he is not going to enforce the gun ban.
Not going to do it
because he says it's against the Constitution.
It's already done. He says it's already done. And he's an elected official, right? And he's the head executive in the for that county, right? As far as
well, as you were saying, the sheriff's number one law of the land, right?
Yeah.
Depending on
in the county.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no one above sheriff. I mean, the state troopers think they can be, but they're not.
They're not
technically
real. They're a municipality.
Right.
They're not fucking real.
You're not real.
Those motherfuckers back there.
Tiffany. Was it right? Tiffany
Gomez,
your girl.
Yeah, old Tiffany.
Tell me I'm not real, Tiffany. Tell me I'm not real.
Come on, man. Tell me I'm not real. Anyway, those are all municipalities, right? So they're like,
oh, man.
The sheriff is the one that So the founding fathers thought the FBI was a bad idea, right? They thought a federal police was a bad idea. So they required every state in the union to provide its own police. They thought that was a better idea. I think they were right. And most states did it by sheriff, right?
I'm the sheriff here in town.
Right, which is why we elect a sheriff, right? Which is some states elect a DA, which is not the same, but
so we're bouncing back and forth right now, but finishing up with the sheriffs.
New Mexico, yeah. So sheriffs,
he said,
I'm not doing
no
it.
go.
No go. Go scratch.
Go scratch, governor.
Yeah, go scratch, governor.
And back to ETs.
Right.
I just wanted to make that side note because I had missed.
All right,
we'd
so
missed that
the
point.
Peruvian mummies that they pulled out are 1,000 years old. There was another set of mummies discovered in the same region that were also thought to be alien, but were found to be human. I'm not sure if it's the same mine.
The heads that were squished.
Yeah,
I think it was the same investigator. He made a
mistake
before, yeah. By saying I found aliens, and it was humans with deformed heads.
Yeah, who were mummified by the salt or whatever.
But these things weren't. They were like this big.
No, they weren't human at all, and they were very robotic looking. I don't know how to describe it.
Bioorganic.
Like
H.R. Geiger.
No, it wasn't that bad, but it looked like their like rib cage was just straight. There was no
Yeah, it looked like they were buried in their spacesuits.
kinda, yeah.
If I had to take if someone were to say these were mummified, I'd be like, oh, and they buried them in their spacesuits.
Right, and their spacesuits melted with them or something.
Yeah.
Right, because it's everything about them is very angular. I mean, there's a lot of decay, right? But the shoulders are very at a right angle. The head's almost, comes back at a right angle almost.
Mm-hmm.
It almost has like a face plate. So it's like it almost looks like its face is like strung over a piece of bone or whatever. I don't know how to describe that. Really.
It's a very odd-looking
They're
creature.
odd. And at one point, it was the whole thing was over 4 hours long. Right, I did listen to the translation.
We'll use the computer for this.
And there's one point where one of the Congress people, right, I think it's Chichiwakan, stands up and says like, "Are we safe in the same room with these things? Like, if you're telling me the truth, why am I in the same room with dead alien bodies? It's like breathing in the air." So I thought that was a good point.
Yeah, for sure.
But allegedly they're medically safe. They've been in open air before.
I can't believe this, dude. I can't.
What?
Well, I think this should work, but here's the image. Look at that. I mean,
E.T.
it looks like clay.
It does look like clay. When I first saw these things, I thought they were fake. That was years ago. I know. But now he's going before Congress. Now he can be thrown in jail for life for lying to Congress from Mexico, right? That's not. They don't take that too. They don't take kindly to be lied to down in Mexico.
That is so weird. I mean, it's got to be a prank.
It can't be.
It's got to be a prank.
It can't be. Either that, or it's a high-ranking somebody of a lot of money and a lot of pulls to pull this prank. Because
very weird.
And I'm not saying people don't lie to administrative bodies like Congress, because they do, right?
I mean, the thing doesn't have any definition other than like what you would do with like a little clay sculpting tool.
Yeah, that you're gonna
that you're just gonna sculpt with your clay little.
Right. Then maybe you would put wax over top to make it look more realistic.
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
Excuse me a moment.
Excuse Barney a moment. In other news, we got RFK Jr. just disappeared off of all radar because the mainstream media got the memo that they don't want him seen or heard, so he has to go on Fox News now. He's not allowed to go on MSNBC or CNN.
Who's not?
RFK Jr.
Who?
The fucking presidential candidate, Robert Kennedy.
Doesn't ring a bell. Never heard of him.
No?
No, it doesn't.
Well, he's running for president.
Kendi? You said? Was it Kendi?
And I love, too, this is how some of the people like on Fox were saying it, because obviously he can't go on CNN, MSNBC, NBC, CBS. They're all like, whatever you do, don't show that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
So basically he went on the news and was like, hey, they're fucking us.
Well, the thing is, when he came out, they were like, oh, we don't care. It's probably, we're just going to call him a conspiracy theorist and it's going to be over. And then everybody was like, wait a second, he's a good alternative to this Joe Biden guy. And they were like, well, that's enough of that shit.
When he first announced, it took a couple of days for him to even get press about it, right? But when they finally did, I remember CNN called him an upstart.
Oh, they also called him a long shot candidate, RFK Jr.
I was like, he's an upstart?
He's uppity.
I granted he's never been in politics before, but he's a Kennedy, which is kind of the thing that I hate most about the United States is
the nepotism.
Yeah. Political dynasties, I think that's where
any kind of nepotism. I mean, I was talking about that with Jack the other day. Believe it was Jack, or maybe it was you. I don't know. My brain's shot. But most people, there's very few small percentage of people that are like not tied into a nepotism style. Like if you're like thinking about Hollywood or musicians,
that's big time.
or people in entertainment industry, is like, Jesus Christ.
There's so much nepotism in the entertainment industry. It's sickening, actually. I mean, I've known people that made it that weren't related to anybody, but it's rare.
Yeah. So anyways, that with politics is even worse. Or it's just the same. I don't know. It's bad any way you slice it.
It is. It is bad anyway you slice it.
Because it just comes down to it's all who you know.
Well, yeah. And in this case, I never vote for dynasties. I just refuse to.
Did you watch Dynasty?
No, but I just refuse to vote for political dynasties. But in this case, maybe.
Yeah, I would vote for RFK Jr.
Maybe I vote for him. I mean, I don't like everything he says.
No, he's definitely got the climate derangement syndrome, CDS.
Yeah, climate derangement syndrome.
I just coined that right here.
Americans pollute too much. That's why we got to let people in and make more Americans.
And Joe Biden's awesome. Even though he blew up the pipeline, which caused like the worst environmental accident on the face of this earth of all time.
But whatever.
But he's cool.
But he's cool, right? He's got to go to bed now.
But now he's got to go to bed and get his butt wiped. I got my butt wiped.
Fucking ridiculous.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. So, yeah, nepotism and politics and dynasties. I can still get all past that with RFK Jr. if they, if there was like...
It's a death sentence, basically.
Yeah, they're going to kill him.
Yeah, the guy is running. He's either, like, something's going on. I'm just picturing him at, this place is so fucked up. Joe Biden can't. He's going to ruin the country. I'm going to run. They're going to kill me. It's better than living with Joe Biden.
It's better than living through the rest of this shit. I mean, what comes next? It really is. I think there's a lot of people that have that black pill.
I know people can't get past the voice. I'm like, that's what's holding you up is his voice? Like,
oh my God.
Talk about fucking superficial.
What about Joe Biden's voice?
Yeah.
What about that? Come on, man.
Really?
But
he has all these little catchphrases he uses.
I think the guy, the voice, issue is stupid to even bring up and be like, I just can't do it because of the voice. It's like, okay, well, that just shows your friggin' worth to the universe.
I know more than one person like that, though. Like, really? The voice gets you? That's the part you can't get past?
Jesus. At least tell me you think he's a fucking anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, something. Canada's looking like it's going to lock down again.
Perfect.
Fucking Trudeau. Gotta go, bro. Kick him off the team. All right? He doesn't deserve to be captain anymore. He's not MVP.
I think it's just up there just like it is here. I think the numbers are being buried and nobody's, it's just like authoritarianism saying shut up.
There's been a lot of rumors that the NHL is fixed.
But there's so many like conservative friggin', not even conservative, just people who like freedom in Canada being like, oh, yeah, so now they're going to get rid of this and they're going to get rid of that and they're taking away this. And it's like, how much more can we take?
Right. How much more can we take? Canada.
Oh, Canada.
We're looking at you, Canada.
Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back.
Yeah, anyway.
Cool back across the face. What happened with your good friend Jimmy Fallon? I hear he's a bad person.
Toxic
office.
Toxic office. It's toxic, Brandon. Can't go near it. Get poisoned. I don't fucking know.
Did you see the reports?
I saw. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't bother.
Oh, you could have got the inside scoop.
I didn't bother to ask anything.
Yeah, because I mean, I agree with most of the people I saw reporting on it. It's just probably entitled twits being like, oh, you were told to do your job, and that's really hard.
He rubbed Trump's hair.
That too. Yeah.
That's what they got.
And I'm sure he comes in fucking hung over as fuck sometimes and is just like, gah, get out of my face.
Sure.
I mean, it's been pretty documented that he likes to have a drink or two and gets a little roughed up.
Fine to the pint, we say.
He's refined.
He's fond to the pint.
He's fond of the pint.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that makes you not, I'm not saying, I mean, I'm speaking from experience. You wake up with that little extra freaking knocking in the brain, and when people start talking, you're just like, shh, just go away.
Go back.
So I could see, people of thinner skin taking that as like it's a horrible work environment. He whatever. He's moody, or he yelled at me. Not that yelling at people is cool, but it's like when you're working and you're in the middle of work, you should expect that's the type of shit that happens. Jobs aren't supposed to be like daycare centers.
No.
That's why I kind of think all this bullshit's stupid. Like with whatever he did, even though he did issue an apology, I was just like, it's probably just entitled SJWs in the workforce that just can't handle being out of the bubble.
There was two things going on with him at the same time, right? So he had that special in London. I don't know if you saw it.
Did not see it.
I was surprised to learn he was known in Britain. But he had a special with the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
Where they premiered their video, right? It was just a big fucking deal. It was a worldwide thing. And
I did see him like sitting around with Mick Jagger in some thumbnail somewhere. And it's like, oh, that's cool. So that's what you're talking about. They must have been together.
Yeah, they were in Hackney, London, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought it was Hackney. Like, apparently it's Hackney.
Hackney.
Yeah. I thought that's where they spoke really weird, right? Like, I can't talk to my.
Oh yeah, we all tough guys like to talk.
I can't even
like
do
that.
it.
I don't know. It's it's supposed to be like the real Hick version or something in English. Like, oh yeah, down. Is that the Michael Caine voice? Is he Hackney or no?
No, Hackney's it's almost like pidgin English, right?
Oh, that's like the.
Hey.
Right, the fucking what's his name? Guy Ritchie fucking characters. You can't even understand what the name, huh?
Yeah. Like, what?
Can't really understand what the name, man.
My grandfather had a deep Irish brogue. He never lost it. And I grew up in a time when people came to your door.
And knocked.
Yeah. And so I'd have to translate for him.
Oh, you'd come down the stairs and be like, hey, you said you had a nice hat.
Said we're not interested. I used to have to translate for him.
That's great.
He would say some weird shit like, what horse is this? Like he'd come in, he'd be doing something, and he'd yell, yeah, what horse is this?
And you're like, what the fuck is that? What do you mean?
I knew what he meant, but everyone else would be like, the fuck is he talking about? So
what's the translation for what's horse is this?
What horse shit is this, basically?
Oh, what horse shit is this?
He had another one. That's a fine way to clean the cupboard. Which basically meant don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
That's a fine way of cleaning all my...
It's a fine way to clean the cupboard. And I kind of like envisioned it as like you're cleaning the cupboard by...
Just tearing it off the wall.
Just tearing everything out.
Yeah. So anyways, back to the Jimmy fiasco. I'm calling bullshit.
I don't care.
Oh, no, we wanted to... That's where we were. You were telling me about he had these two big events. And he was in Hackney. That's where we got onto the voices.
And then that thing
was
with
the It came out like right after or hand in hand?
Just about the same time, yeah. I'm not sure which one.
Strange.
It is a little strange, right? He was out of the country and it comes out all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention because I don't.
And he's got a podcast called the Strike Force 5.
Anyway, I didn't care enough to look into it.
I just thought it was really stupid.
It could be, like, could be something bad. Does that mean I'm going to, be mad at. I mean, he didn't kill anybody, right? So,
Like I said, he was probably just doing bossy things because he's the boss.
all right, he was nice to me. That's all I give a shit about.
He's the boss.
He didn't do anything that can't talk to him ever again for. Like it's not like he killed him. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't rape somebody's grandma or whatever.
How about the moving on then? Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Unless you got,
No, I don't.
Do you know of him killing anybody's grandmother?
No, I don't know anything bad he's done.
What
really.
about Garth Brooks?
What about him?
No. Never mind.
What'd he do?
What about what is it there? Fucking buttered sausage.
What?
Never mind. Credible whistleblower claims CIA paid off scientists to refute the Wuhan lab leak.
Shocking.
Did you hear that? Did you get into the story at all?
No, because
A
obvious.
whistleblower in the CIA says there was 6 agents, or they were working for the CIA, and they were scientists, and they were told to review whether it came from a lab or not, and they came back with a report saying with pretty, it's low confidence, but they're pretty sure it came from the lab, that we're willing to put that on paper and give it to you as a report. And then they were told they would be given special benefits and bonuses if they revised it to say it was probably natural.
Huh. My whole feeling is, let's just say there was a bunch of skateboards ended up here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, I don't know where the skateboards come. There's skateboards here.
Why there's so many skateboards
here? I don't know why there's skateboards here. Maybe it's because there's a skate fucking thing inside and a giant skateboard outside. I don't know. It's just, it was one of those things where like, all right, it came from Wuhan. Oh, they're working on the same thing in Wuhan. Oh, it was at a, fucking wet market. That's 100 yards down the road from the fucking bio lab. Right. And then they blurted out of fucking Google. It was just too much. It was just like, okay, it came from the fucking thing and they don't want to admit it. Right.
That's one of the weirdest things, people. If you had never bothered to check it out, you might not even be able to check it out anymore because they probably put it back on Google.
You got to go way back.
But when it first happened, the scamdemic, we got to come up with a list of names for that. But you went onto Google Earth to see where the Wuhan virology lab was,
compared to
Institute of Virology,
yeah,
compared to the wet market, and they're right next to each other.
Right, they're right next to each other.
And then after the story breaks, it's fucking 16 miles down the road.
Yeah, yeah. And it's blurred out.
And yeah, you can't see it.
Bullshit. Even 16 miles down the road isn't far enough. That's still.
It's still ridiculously
that's
close.
where it came from.
So anyways, yeah, that's just like one of the first instances. And when you tell people, I mean, I always forget that. But when you tell people Google's censoring information, they're throttling like people's thoughts by like not letting you search for stuff. They're like, you're fucking crazy. And it's like, I never forget. I always forget that. They took the goddamn picture of the fucking lab and moved it.
Yeah, they moved it.
Google did that.
Yeah, Google did.
The same person you're telling me I'm crazy because there's throttling information.
Google's fucked up.
Google.
What else we got?
I Googled it.
Swedes and Turkey still bickering.
How about the FDA to remove decongestants?
Yeah,
they say some of the ingredients don't or they don't do anything.
I'm a little upset about this one. I'm not gonna lie,
and it's right before flu season.
Well, yeah,
COVID season.
That's not the part that really bothers me, because I don't get congested as much in the winter. But I got the metal plates, or I got the metal sinus passage, and
you're always getting this stuff.
I'm a fucking mouth breather like half the time, because it's just fucking.
It's painful.
I probably need surgery.
It's probably painful, right?
It's just not painful, but it
just don't work.
Right. Eventually, I'll end up with a headache if I don't do something about it. And what I can do is I could put saline in there and drain it. I could get into the hot shower or sauna or something and get in hot steamy air and it would drain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I could take, allergy medicine or fucking nasal decongestants. And I take nasal decongestants a lot.
Yeah.
And it says that there's inactive ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pronounce them.
Xenomorph
Cross caramelose sodium.
caramel soda.
Dextrose monohydrate. Dibasic calcium phosphate dihydrate. FD and C red, number 40. Yeah, there's this stuff on here, but I'm hoping that
And what are they taking them off the market for?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look at that. Happened today, right?
Yes, and it
Right.
was supposedly because of the inactive ingredients being unnecessary.
All right, so just don't put them in there. Then.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I feel like I saw Salty Cracker reporting on it, and I was like, I kind of agree with him. Isn't it just a coincidence they're doing it right before flu season so they could up numbers with the COVID numbers?
Right, it could be. Or increase the pain. The active ingredient is
Alcohol.
phenephrine.
Epinephrine?
HCI
Huh.
10 mg nasal decongestion. I don't know. Well, it's like speed, right? Basically, I think, right?
I think so too. Yeah.
It's basically speed, and then the allergy relief pill is basically a steroid.
But
I've been working out.
it's not cool. FDA. I mean, maybe they got a good reason, but I haven't seen it yet.
That's just an odd reason. We're taking it off because of the inactive ingredients.
Mm-hmm. It's like, when the hell is the FDA giving a shit about your health in the past 20,
Or
40
inactive
years?
ingredients, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have the Ziploc cereal bags yet. What the fuck? The shaky fucking flashlight remote.
I saw
control.
Canada's going to ban WD-40
Why?
by the first of next month.
That's almost like an act of war. Why?
I don't know. I think it's because they're slowly trying to get rid of aerosol cans or something. They're going to start. They're going to start with the thing that the environmentalists are going to be like, "Yay!" And then they'll be eventually banning hairspray and everything else.
Ban fucking denim up there. Jesus.
Denim.
Yeah.
You don't like the denim look.
The Canadian tuxedo.
With the white wool fur in it.
Yeah, the wolf fur. You know the one. Head to toe.
The Canadian tux. Oh, shit, dude. So, what was the other news? Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Canada, what the fuck, man? You're fucking up my escape plan.
You're screwing up the whole northern hemisphere.
Yeah, you are. You really are. What the fuck is France doing there?
I don't know. They got to go.
Yeah. Go back. Give it to Quebec. You know, it's fucking 2 miles. French land out of nowhere. Like, what the? In Greenland, Denmark, you're on notice.
I do have a question.
What?
That I've been scratching my
Never
head
should have
over.
gave it back, right? What?
No, not about the land in Canada or Canada itself. I smell psyop in some way.
Okay.
This is, like, to me, just such a weird one. The escaped PA killer. They got, like, the whole world looking for this guy. They caught him today. And they got, like, it looks like a whole platoon behind him with getting their picture taken with this guy. Like, they caught fucking Saddam Hussein. Like,
What do you mean PA killer?
Pennsylvania.
Oh,
There
all
was
right.
a guy that escaped from jail, and he's been on the run for the past week or 2 weeks.
In the United States?
Yeah, and everybody's been like, the whole mainstream media has been like up in arms about it. And I'm like, why the fuck do they care about this fucking illegal immigrant? He's illegal, and he's also a murderer, but he escaped jail, and it's like You know, that's not the only one out there that's probably fucking not escaped jail. You know,
he's illegal.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
I don't fucking know.
Canada?
Not here. You didn't see this on the news?
No, I have been. My laptop went down this week again.
Oh yeah, no memes this week.
And so I just tuned out pretty much. I mean, I was getting notifications on my phone for some things, this is the only thing I don't like about not having a laptop. I had to put Facebook on my fucking phone.
Not good.
Right.
Now you're going to be on that fucker every fucking day.
I'm not, though.
Smash it.
I don't like the phone, so I don't, like
the phone is not your friend.
I realized that I have like my Facebook messages are always at like 99, right? And because I never check them. And then I hate the phone.
How do you ever see my message, or when we're going back and forth then on the podcast?
Because it would say podcast, and I know like
it pops up higher, or
well,
because it's a group.
I use it.
Okay,
and I think that's
it's always there. Yeah, but there's so many that just go unnoticed.
Right. Yeah, it's always at the top.
It's always at the top.
But
cream of the crop. The cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, I just kind of tuned out this week. I was getting notifications, so I would go. I have another computer that I use, but the screen is busted, so I hook it up to the television. So now I have this 60-foot screen or some shit. I don't know. I hate this television. It's too big. Anyway,
you can give it to me.
Well, I'll think about it because I think I might have another one actually. I have too much shit. That's the problem.
Well, it's a good problem to have.
It could be. I've been trying to think of something to do for like fucking months now, and I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit here. I was talking to Jack the other day. I'm like, I could fucking leave for 6 months if I wanted to. Go anywhere I want. I have enough money saved, right?
Uh-huh. But you don't want it.
But I don't fucking want it. I can pay my bills here and go. But no.
Damn, you're doing all right, brother.
Yeah, I got the new car. The laptop's down, though. So, and I need the teeth now. I got to get the teeth to send money. I look like I'm smoking meth or something.
I'm ready for the teeth.
I'm ready for some new teeth. Gotta get my teeth work done.
I'm trying to bring up. I'm gonna bring up this footage if I can find. Why the fuck, this? This is such a bitch to get a picture. The one I wanted, but that's the Wall Street Journal. I don't want that.
And I've been going through a little bit of career. Well, changed. Things have changed.
You don't want to do the show no more, folks.
That's not it. So
he's quitting because of you.
I had this career going, and then they legalized it, and
they took my lady away.
They took my fucking criminal. Wanted to be a criminal, but fucking no.
I thought it brought some street cred. Now I'm just a
fucking loser.
Now I just sell newspapers.
I'm just a tax evader. Fucking shit.
Oh man.
It's really the market is. It's a free for all.
All right, let's take a look at this. I ain't got sound, but we'll take a look.
Take a look. I'll do the voices.
Look at this. Look at this for this guy that's been on the news for like the past week.
They don't have enough men here for me.
What the? And this idiot's been running around for a week,
this guy?
And nobody could catch him. Yeah, it was a real long search. Yeah, what do you think about it? Well,
I'm gonna look at the screen and just.
Where do I get this to go forward into?
Yep.
I'm just another dummy on the news like you.
I get
Here we go.
I'm not wearing any pants.
You know your boy from CNN over there? I got him beat right now. What was that idiot's name?
Whack it.
This guy here has been running around for a week. Nobody could find him, and we had to call in the Marines.
What is that, the fucking National Guard?
We got the Marines in, and they all wanted him on their
Are these
Facebook
police?
page. I don't know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Where the fuck did this happen?
A
Mexico?
fucking psyop, dude.
That's what the police look like in Mexico.
In an effective psyop, you want to make sure you convey all the messages hidden. Like, don't.
What the fuck was that all about?
I don't know, man.
How many people did he kill?
1,
Jesus.
maybe 2 max.
Holy fuck.
Here we go. Here's a little more. Oh, that's not it.
That's not it. No.
Look at this. Hey, Bob, we got him. Yeah, we're gonna be heroes. Escape convict. They like he's fucking
John Rambo or something.
Folks, just in, we got John Rambo. Johnny Rambo, he's ours.
You didn't get him. He let you get him.
You better get a lot of body bags.
Which is basically, I mean, it's kind of a similar premise, right?
I don't get it, bro.
Rambo doesn't want to go back. He gets framed for something. They're chasing him.
2-week run. PA killer. At least they say it was fixed. That picked up the thermal image.
I'll see your 2 weeks and raise you by a week.
Barney's ready. Make his run.
Fucking gone, bro.
Barney's run.
Fucking burn my ID. I'll walk out west. I watched. I didn't see the fucking end of it. Damn it.
But what's your take on that? I mean, that's to
that
me
was
that's
absurd.
crazy.
It looked like they had John Rambo.
So you
Either
did,
that or the police in Pennsylvania have changed a lot.
yeah, that's the police, I guess. I don't know.
I don't ever see them up
Fucking
here.
insane, bro.
I see Pennsylvanians up here. I don't see them dressed like that. How far is Pennsylvania? An hour?
An hour, bro.
An hour, yeah.
We've been in an hour.
We could be in Pennsylvania by now.
We could be driving down to Pennsylvania, find that killer.
Find that killer on 209. Madam Morris.
What else do we have here? We have
let me go through the old phone scare. Sure.
What about the impeachment inquiry?
Yeah, that's happening.
You think it's going anywhere? I hope not. When I think about Kamala Harris being president, it makes me kind of want to pump the brakes on impeachment, bro.
It depends what it is. I mean, if it's about something that has to do with the campaign, then she's gone too. What? But
Let's make it a package deal.
yeah.
Oh man, the
We got Musk, right? We need to talk about that.
Oh no, we didn't. Well, I mean, we talked a little bit, I think, about it
But that was
pre-show.
Pre-show.
Yeah.
All right, so the entire Western military alliance is
Front.
It's can't function without Elon Musk, apparently.
The Western Front.
Fucking trillions of dollars spent on defense, and somehow they need Elon Musk.
We did ask this question, though. It's like, okay, the military operations can't function without Elon Musk's Starlink. Where the fuck are the other satellites that military people use?
Yeah.
The only thing we could think of is that the U.S. can't use their satellites in coordination with
Right.
with Ukraine, because then that would be a direct fucking
For accountability.
Mm-hmm. But you fucking know that there's got to be other satellites that they could just rent.
Sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
But they want to pin it on Elon. It's all his fault.
Blinken didn't say that, but the media's saying that.
Right. CNN, MSNBC. Well,
Right.
that's because they want to shut him down because
They were basically accusing him of treason.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they didn't come out and say it, but
George Tapper was.
fucking loser. Yeah, I was just surprised. Like, wait a second, we can't do this. Nobody, they can't loan fucking them one, or that can't be part of the package deal that we give them, or something. Like,
I mean,
what's
with all the fucking money we
difference?
send over there, they can just make one.
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
Buy one.
what's the difference between
They
sending
can
them
buy
a-
one
a
from
fucking-
Russia. and buy one from Russia. I'm sure.
No, Russia's not going to sell them.
Oh man.
Speaking of military-industrial complex, AOC has voted in favor for every single expansion of the military-industrial complex. Every time they wanted money, she gave it to them. I forgot who brought this up. I think it was Mark Dice, but then somebody fact-checked, and it was true.
Yeah, and she's out there yelling at everybody how it's so crazy. I mean, if we could get like a website, I mean, I know there's one out there. Why the fuck don't I know where to look at it? But like the vote tallies of and for what? Just an easy public record to show what people are doing. It doesn't have to be every vote, but it has to reflect what people are doing with their votes. Like you could be like military.
You're talking about
like Congress and fucking
Congress.org.
But did they have it laid out in a pretty simple way, or is it like confusing?
Yeah, it's confusing
on purpose, probably.
Just the system's confusing. I mean, they use the same numbers for different years. So, like, you're looking for bill whatever, and then you have to make sure you have the right year. But if you go to the Secretary of the House, and then the Secretary of the Senate, and they have every single vote there, and how they voted, and what the bill was. It's not very user friendly.
I would like to see something that friggin' aggregates all that shit, and it's just like this. All these votes are categorized into this category, which is military-industrial complex spending. And then another one that could be like fucking health and human services, but really big pharma or something like that.
Right.
You know, and then like
you're talking about a conspiracy.
Not even
Secretary
conspiracy,
of the Congress.
I'm not even talking about conspiracy. I'm just saying it's the lobbyists' fucking shit that's getting passed. It's like these are lobbyist bills. These are bills that have nothing to do with any big money. And let's see who votes for what.
There might be one out there. I'll have to look into that when I get home because I don't have the.
But here we go. The View.
What?
Your favorite show?
Fucking hate that show. I could smell it when I watch it. What do you mean?
Sunny, what's her name? Hostile. Sunny Hostile.
Yeah.
She went.
She's the pretty one, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, depends on what you consider pretty.
There's like two that are pretty.
You could be like, Whoopi's pretty. I don't fucking know.
Let's not get carried away.
So, Sunny said that she believes possibly that Joe Biden may have been I'm trying to think of what she said, but it was more or less like, yeah, Hunter Biden's a scumbag, and we could see, like, sure, without political influence, he never would have gotten to where he was. So we can kind of see how it was inappropriate, for him to be so close to the business dealings, and what's good enough for the goose is good enough for the gander. She was talking about, like, political fucking, like, Donald Trump and his kids versus Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Like, oh yeah, if we can call out Trump, we can call out Hunter, because they were using political influence for money. So she says that on the show. And then after the next break, Whoopi says, you got a legal note you got to read. And she's got a fucking note saying that, there's no correlation, there's no evidence that anything happened with
holy shit.
with the president of the United States and his son Hunter Biden. She had a they got the call from the White House.
Are you out of there? What is going on?
And they're like, tell that bitch to shut up.
Holy shit. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know that they go on about the Kushner made out from the Saudi Obama deal.
Yeah, Kushner's a scumbag.
That's true.
I'm not a big fan.
Me neither.
Could do without that guy.
You're just an anti-Semite. No, but Kushner made out from the Obama-Saudi deal, right? And that pissed off libs.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't look into it to figure out that it was Obama deal, but yeah, I don't like Kushner either. He's shady.
So speaking of deals that are shady, what's this prisoner swap deal?
Of Iran? I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But I heard we're probably going to get like a football player or something. You know?
We're gonna get a football player that maybe like did some coke or something.
It could be on the Jets. Yeah.
They're looking for some players.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jets.
Now you got to shit on Aaron.
I'm just saying.
For anybody that doesn't know, and I bring great pleasure and sadness telling this story. My friend Chris, though, he was here for the art opening a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about football, and he told me something I did not know, that Aaron Rodgers had joined the New York Jets.
Quarterback.
And he was so excited and stoked. What'd you say?
I just think of that Flash Gordon thing.
Quarterback, New York Jets.
Flash Gordon. Quarterback, New York Jets.
Flash.
Anyway, go on.
One of the best movies ever made. Next, a little lower than Excalibur, but
Yeah, a little bit.
so he's telling me how excited he is to watch football. And I'm like, dude, that's cool. I mean, I don't really watch it anymore, but I'm stoked for you and the Jets, and I might even have to watch some games, if they're doing well. It would probably stoke me up a little bit.
Yeah, we're due.
I mean, I like, it's like, to me, it's like a fond memory getting excited about football and watching it with some pizza and wings.
Yeah.
It's like I don't do it that often. I know everybody looks forward to it because it is like an addiction when you love it that much. But fourth play of the game, Aaron Rodgers goes down and gets wheeled out.
Oh, it's over. Huh? Season over already?
It was like 9/11. It was on 9/11, and he comes out with an American flag. It's all fucking America, fucking jazzed up, pumped up. People are getting fucking chills up their spines. We got a freedom fighter for a quarterback, because he ain't take no shit from the government or big pharma. And he goes down with some type of injury. Some people are thinking it's an Achilles, and if that's so, it's the whole season.
Jesus.
And when I heard that, I just fucking felt real bad for Chris. Although I did have to laugh a little. I was like, "There's fucking Jets for you."
There's the Jets.
The Jets just can't catch a fucking break.
No, not for.
It gets you all friggin' high up there with like fucking
It's been 50
Penny.
years, right?
What was Penny? What, Pennington?
Chad
He's
Pennington.
gonna do it, and they kick you in the nuts with a fucking another fucking.
They've had a bunch of guys, right? Chad Pennington, though, that was the one I was kind of a believer.
Yeah, they kick you right in the jimmy.
I was starting to become a believer.
And then, but to everyone's fucking great surprise, they battled the whole fucking game and come back and won it.
The Jets won, huh?
Yeah.
Way to go, Jets.
And it was hard fought.
Jets.
Even though that last touchdown should have been called back for fucking a hooking leg kick. It was on the kick return, walk-off kick return. One of the Jets threw a hooking leg to knock down a defender. I guess the other return team.
I heard there was like a
They let it go though, and it was great.
throughout the football world on this weekend. There was a what the fuck is this moment? So they start off the season with the Black national anthem.
Oh yeah. I heard that happened on the first game last week.
And people are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they're like, "What the fuck's going on
the
here?"
fuck is this?
Yeah. What is it called? Lift up all voices and sing.
Something like that, right?
I'm pretty sure you only can have one national anthem.
Yeah, Tiki Barber was like, "What is this?" Good for you, man. Good for you, Tiki.
Good for Tiki. I'm sure he got canceled the very next
sure he
day.
did. Probably got hair now.
The very next day, he got canceled. Oh man.
Russia has officially banned all online LGBTQ plus IA plus propaganda.
Plus, minus,
Minus
X,
signs.
Q, R, Y, Z, and sometimes Y.
Now that's one of those things that's like, who's deciding what's propaganda and who's not? I mean, it wouldn't bother me at all that this happened, but it does make you wonder, like, All right. Well, even though that might be something that I don't want to see, who's deciding what's propaganda and who's not?
Who? The
Yeah.
fact checkers, bro.
Like, is there Russian fact checkers?
They tried to steal the election.
Yeah, but they got that bear working out with that dude.
They got that bear.
Working out with that dude. I don't care what happens from there. That fucking is the greatest video ever.
What's it? What was it again?
It's I don't know, the Russian bear workout. The guy's on the tree. He's hanging on a tree. He's getting punched in the stomach by another dude, and the bear is moving the tree up and down. It's so fucking funny. I love that video.
God.
That's one of the best internet videos ever. That video is why the internet was made.
I seen a lot of stuff why the internet was made.
Because,
this
I mean,
week.
the only other place to see this other stuff was, like, sometimes, like, America's Funniest Videos or whatever, right? You found the guy working out with the bear?
I don't know. It's coming up. We're gonna see. Was it a short?
It might be. It's not that long, but I'll see if I can find it.
I think I got it. It's not really loading.
Working out.
Yeah, this is it. Here, this one. Look.
Yes. I fucking love this one.
The fuck?
The bear's just moving the fucking tree. Fucking love it.
Oh man, come on, man.
This is the problem because we live around fucking black bears. And yeah, black bears can kill you, but they're not really aggressive.
Oh God.
I don't really run from them. I mean,
That's
I guess if
funny.
they were chasing me, that'd be the one. I was like within arm's reach of one time. I kind of felt a little weird about it, but he just looked over at me like, "Hey," kept strutting along.
Yeah, I've come across a few black bear, not brown bears. What are they called? Black bears?
We got black bears.
We got black bears.
Yeah.
Brown bears are Kodiak, right?
Yeah, they're biggie.
We don't want to mess with those. But no, I've come across a few black bears up in the Catskills walking. Didn't get too close within arm's length, but I would say within 25 feet or so, and just been like, they're not. They're just cruising through the
Yeah,
woods.
they're not really looking to fuck with you.
Yeah, they're just
They might
going
think
on their
about
way.
it for a second.
They'll like be like, oh, fuck you, and just keep walking.
yeah.
They're like,
One time I was going through Rolling Meadows in Hurley, and I saw garbage can after garbage can knocked over. I was with my buddy Dave, and next thing I'd see, I'm like, all right, garbage cans are all knocked over. It's probably a bear. Then I see a Great Dane walking down the street.
all fucked up.
And it wasn't a Great Dane. It was a skinny bear. And I looked over at him, and he looked over at me, and, you know, I could hear his claws scrapping against the fucking road. Yeah, clicky-clacking. He had his tongue out and just looked over at me and went over to the next garbage can. That was it. There was one time, though, I opened a dumpster,
Mm-hmm.
and a mother bear was in there for cubs, and she fucking growled at me, and I was like, whoa.
Ooh, whoa, get the fuck out. Back up, back up.
Yep.
Back.
I like the thing was is I threw the garbage in there before I heard anything, and then all of a sudden she came out. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Yeah, I threw garbage all over a bunch of bears. No, and hey,
Better call PETA.
gotta hit that. No, the one time I've only done like a couple things. There's been a couple copperheads I deheaded.
You deheaded them?
Yeah, with a shovel.
Hey, you gotta do that sometimes.
Yeah, there's kids around. And
They will
shit.
kill you.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. And there was this raccoon out in the middle of the day that was coming at me.
Oh man, not a raccoon.
Yeah, middle of fucking day.
And you're
hot as
like, this
fuck.
guy's fucked.
Zombie at me. Zombie walking towards me, trying to get a pet or something. I don't know.
Could have been rabies.
I think it was. He didn't make it.
He didn't make it. I gave him a sweet little dose of murder.
Mercy killing.
Mercy.
It was a good.
Mercy.
I got lucky.
Hey, you could have rabies now. I don't,
That was
you-
fucking years ago. I'd be dead already.
you'd be dead. You could have had rabies a long time ago.
I could have had rabies a long time ago. Feeling better now though. Yeah, I got lucky because it was walking at me. I had a shovel.
He was really unlucky. That's what it comes down to.
I think
Poor little raccoon just went up to the wrong human at the wrong time.
he was fucking rabbit or some shit.
You're right. You could be right. What are you, a veterinarian?
No, but they don't come out during the day. First of all, and I've
That's not true. I mean, they are nocturnal, but they do come out.
all right.
during the day.
Normally they don't come out in their day, and it was zombie-fied.
He had white glassy eyes.
Yes, coming at me, making a fucking crazy noise the whole time, really slow, on 2 feet. He came at me on 2 feet. He walked over to me.
He said to me, "Mike, I'll swallow your soul."
Crystal used to have this raccoon that was cool. And you'd feed it cookies and whatever food, right?
Yeah,
And it was fine.
raccoons are cool.
And it would keep everything. It would kill the mice and shit. But no squirrels there. Nothing came in that fucking yard.
We had a raccoon when we were kids.
Did you?
Yeah, Dad brought home one after he was cutting trees, laid down the tree. Little baby raccoon come flying out. Mom was nowhere to be found, so he came home, became a pet for a couple fucking
Once.
Well, he was there for more than a couple months.
He made it?
Oh, he was yeah. His name was Trouble. I think Ty might have named him Trouble.
He got re-released?
Yeah, he hung out for I don't know, probably a year or so, and then yeah, he was just like, I'm out.
Squirrels do that too.
Mm-hmm. But he was awesome.
Possums would do that shit too.
Possums probably be a cool pet. I've been seeing more and more people keeping possums.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, they don't really bother me.
They look like a freaking
Rat.
I don't know. I feel like they look. What do they look like?
A snaggletooth rat.
I feel like they look like a big fucking rat.
Yeah. What is going on with possum teeth? Can we talk about that? I've never seen a possum that had normal fucking teeth.
What do they look like?
They're all over the fucking place, their teeth.
I don't know. Let's take a look.
It's got more of like a kind of like a dog mouth, I'd say, but it's cone, very cone-like. But their teeth are always gnarly. Not a lot of good possum dentist.
Let's see. Here's a possum. What are we doing? This was someone else's idea for a show.
Talking about possums?
No, just talking about animals.
Is it possum or opossum?
It's opossum.
Nobody
Jeez,
says
wrong
that.
one again.
I've never met anybody calls it opossum.
I don't know why it's spelled like that. Okay, so here somebody found a little baby possum
Yeah,
and they raised it into a big ugly possum,
that's what happens. They get ugly.
and it's eating his nasty feet.
Ew.
Or her nasty feet. I
You
don't
know,
know.
the dead skin off your feet.
I don't know. What do you think? Is that too much of a weirdo looking animal for you?
That one doesn't look bad. It's just when they start pulling babies out of their fucking pockets, it's weird. You ever see that?
Negative.
Yeah, I've seen babies come out of the possum pocket. They're pink, little guys.
Little pinkies.
Yep.
They look like a cross between a cat and a dog. That's what a possum is. I just figured it out.
Cat and a dog?
It's a freaking cat and a dog smushed together.
It's closer to a kangaroo. That's a marsupial.
That's a marsupial.
It's the only marsupial we got. And I guess if you're in Louisiana, there's a lot of recipes for possum. Apparently. All right, what else we got in the news, Brandon? Did the Iran thing?
Hello. I think I went through most of my news. I haven't really been. It was another busy week.
Was it?
Kinda, yeah, kind of busy. I froze up today. My damn back, the sponsor for the show, froze up into a solid friggin' straight line earlier today.
Really? Oh, here's something. So
More jabs.
more jabs are coming.
Well, go ahead, but then we'll get to that.
So Dr. Mark Felton, he's a doctor in history, right? He specializes in World War II history.
Okay.
And he's got a big YouTube channel. I recommend it. And he's been doing a series about what happened to Hitler, right? And he goes through all of the evidence, right, throughout the years as it's presented. Okay.
As it has been presented.
As it has been presented, right? He goes through chronological order, right? And he goes through eyewitness testimonies and everything. And he's done like 6 parts of the series or something. And the last one he made, right, which was yesterday or the day before, he's going through some of the evidence, right? And he presents his own theory of what happened to Hitler, right?
Which is, you're getting there.
I don't know if I want to get there.
It's too far out there.
No, it's not. But he gets his video pulled and demonetized.
Just for talking about Hitler.
He's done it's like the 6th one in the series. The only thing that different about this one is he presents his own theory, and it sounded kind of real to me. It sounded plausible.
Did it start getting his other videos pulled?
No.
Because I've been seeing that. This one guy that's a remote viewer that I watch, he recently got one of his videos pulled that's from like fucking 5-6 years ago because he did like QAnon stuff. Yeah. And I think it was 5 years ago or something. And he did a remote viewing on that target and it got pulled. And then he's like, a couple days later, he's like, well, I'm getting more videos pulled. It's like, soon as someone saw it that didn't like it, they reported them. And then fucking just domino effect. They're like, oh no, this guy's fucking gotta go. Whatever he's saying, it's either, I don't, he probably didn't even have that many viewers, I don't think, but either just because of the damn fucking word being in the, whoever it is can't stand Q, which is probably true for most fucking YouTube moderators.
Right.
He's just getting all his videos yanked down from, so he's like, gotta go to Rumble.
Yeah, I've seen that 100 times happen to people who talk about Q on YouTube.
But he wasn't supporting or anything. It was just him like doing remote viewing, which is like, if you're believing that, then you might as well say you're
right.
You're fucking, I don't know, just weird. Just weird.
So the interesting thing about the Felton videos when he presents his own theories, he's like, Hitler died, but they never found him because they moved his body somewhere nearby. They had 31 hours between the alleged death and before the Russians came. And then he knows the Russians didn't find the body. The Russians say they didn't find the body, right? Stalin died thinking that he was still alive. The FBI thought he was in South America, right? And so what he thinks is that they staged the bodies, right, so that the Russians would find. He thinks that they walked around Berlin, found 2 dead people that look somewhat like Eva Braun and Hitler, put them into that spot where they were killed, and then took the bodies of them and buried them elsewhere in an unmarked grave, right, or underneath somebody else's name, so they wouldn't get fucked with by the Russians because they knew that the Russians would, decimate those bodies.
Desecrate, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's his theory.
Yeah, and it got him pulled, and we probably just did too.
For saying that.
Well, he didn't present anything new besides that evidence. I mean, I can go on YouTube right now and find the people talking about Hitler's body, right, and how it was a woman, right, and how the cyanide capsule was just,
barely cracked.
Yeah, it was just cracked in their mouth. It wasn't in their systems.
So let's not get pulled because of our conspiracy theories.
It's not that much.
That's not even that crazy.
Let's
I
see.
can't believe they get pulled
Yeah,
for that.
they got pulled for that.
But, you know.
I've never heard it before, though, and it does make a lot of sense. Like, he probably would have been worried about his body getting desecrated by the Russians. The Russians would have done that, right?
They would have pissed in his fucking skull.
Oh, yeah. They would have been drinking from his skull, right?
Oh, yeah. So, anyways, your favorite governor, Hochul.
Oh, yeah? What did she do now?
She's pushing new COVID jabs. Don't rely on your previous vaccines. This will not help you this time around.
What does a vaccine mean?
It ain't what the fuck it used to mean. They changed that definition.
The vaccine means you were immune, right?
You should be.
You was done. It was over.
It's not a friggin' shot. A vaccine means it's one and done. It should be, or like a couple and done.
Right. Whatever long the process is. But it's a...
Yeah, now they're like pushing it like it's a flu shot. A vaccine, you got to get one every friggin' 10 days.
Fucking retarded.
So, let's see. Yeah, that's going on with this. And plus, the FDA, or I forget who it was, the CDC, or one of them motherfuckers, one of them cocksuckers. They just approved, I don't know how many more billions of shots and millions of dollars for their company. But, or I mean, tax dollars for Big Pharma.
Yeah.
But they just made a new order for all these new flu shots. And it's no coincidence that Hochul's pushing them like a couple days after the approval.
Right away, huh?
Yeah, it's just great marketing. I mean, they really know what they're doing.
It's almost like Big Pharma has got lobbyists everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like they've studied marketing.
Yeah, like
they're like,
studied,
well, you have to have your product ready.
Yeah.
And right when you get the go-ahead, you got to have spokespeople ready to sell said product.
Right. You got to have some kind of fear motivator.
Fear. Yeah. Fear.
That's like that, that script that Woody Harrelson got where he talks about the drug dealers. Right,
that was hilarious.
And then the drug dealers force everybody to take their drugs.
It's like, who would believe it? Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That was on Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm.
Live with the Saturdays.
He just had another great one. He was like getting interviewed for a movie over in some movie fest or movie fucking thing. And they're like, what do you think about the Russia invading Ukraine? And he goes, well, I just can't imagine, superpower with, that much responsibility and military might invading, a country like that without any provocation. I mean, I really feel bad for Iraq. I mean, I feel bad. I forget what the other countries he rambled off, but it was like Iraq, Afghanistan. He's like, I mean, Afghanistan. I mean, Sudan. Yeah. I mean, he's like, oh, I mean Ukraine. Sorry, I got lost a little there.
Right.
I was like, oh, goddamn, Woody. Oh, so funny. It's a joke too. It's like the he's serious, but he's joking. And there, once again, we have like lefties who used to be against or for a peace will now clutch their pearls.
That was a short stint, though.
A short stint, just through the Clinton years.
Well, yeah, after Vietnam. Well, because look, you got World War I, Democrats.
Okay.
Right? World War II, Democrats. They were in power both times. At the beginning of the Korean War, they were in power. Right?
Okay.
With Truman, right? And then Vietnam is, again, Johnson, Democrats, right? Granted, Nixon and Ford were there at the end of it, right? But that was started by Democrats. And then it wasn't until Iraq, right, where under Bush won, right, where the Republicans decided that they were going to start using military might again, right? But then right after that, there was the Yugoslavian wars, right? Where Milosevic and we were bombing the shit out of fucking Yugoslavia every other minute, and a few years later we turned around and started bombing the people that Milosevic was killing. But anyway, yeah. So I know what you're saying. I feel like then besides the Bushes,
with your historical, besides the Bushes, who are complete
warmongers
and
Republicans, but besides them,
it's been all Democrats.
It's been all Democrats. In the last
So I
10
feel
years.
like, I have the vantage point of our generation, which was in that pocket.
Right, we were in the pocket where the Republicans were going to war.
Yeah.
But even Clinton during his time, he was bombing everybody.
He was a son of a bitch, that's for sure.
And he was, he was nice to North Korea, but he was hard on China.
Mm.
Like when they were talking about, China was talking about, reuniting with Taiwan, right, again. And Clinton was like, yeah, sure. I'm just going to put this aircraft carrier in between you two. Directly in between you and them. That was great. I was like, fuck yeah, Bill. Fuck them.
Well, I mean, what did he get for it? That's the question. Because they did eventually friggin' that's exactly when Walmart moved into town.
Sure.
I
mean, that was all globalism, right?
Yeah. That was like the beginning of it, was his administration. Maybe not the beginning, but it was the beginning of the visual part of it. Because it started way back fucking with supposedly, quote unquote, Nixon, right? Fucking opening up China.
Yeah, that's when it starts.
And then you don't really see it hit America until the Clinton years.
It's a combination of things. It's opening up foreign markets, right, for cheap labor, for cheap goods.
I mean, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Rather than hire Americans to do it, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, so they were exporting all these jobs, right? And at the same time, any labor jobs that were in the country, they were allowing illegals in to do those labor jobs that nobody wanted. Allegedly, nobody wanted to do.
Nobody wants to pick fruits and vegetables.
That's what they say.
That's what Nancy Pelosi says.
That was a Ralphie May joke, right?
I don't know, but Nancy
Jack brought
also
my attention to Ralphie May, so I had to look it up. Ralphie May was going on something about illegals. That's where I got the thing from Phoenix about Arizona illegals. Anyway, Ralphie May was saying, white people don't, or black people don't want to pick fucking lettuce or any of that shit, right? Because then your salad would be $95. And he has a point, but the point I'm trying to make is that any jobs that were in the country that were manual labor that weren't specialized, they gave to illegals. And any ones that those are the ones they couldn't export, right? They couldn't send those ones overseas.
So that might have been a little before. That was probably like Reagan, late Reagan, early Reagan era.
Cheech and Chong were making jokes about it in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
That one scene in the Cheech and Chong movie where immigration comes and they all hide, right, in the house, and they're like, "Oh, it's just my cousin Pedro. He's getting married." We call him.
I forget.
They call immigration on themselves so they can get a free ride back to Mexico and a meal. Right? And then they go to the wedding and then they come back.
Right. Oh well. I mean, I guess the effects of China coming to the States and taking jobs away and everything like that it was before Clinton's for sure when it started filtering in. But I didn't think the full brunt hit until around those years when you were seeing like fucking every strip in America turning into like the same fucking looking unit.
Yep.
It's like, oh, we got the Walmart, we got the Lowe's, we got the Home Depot, we got the fucking everything's owned by these big corporations, and it's fucking every town in America.
It wasn't like that before. There was like Sears, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was Montgomery Ward's. There was J.C. Penney. There was a handful of them, but then all of a sudden,
and they were probably they were regional companies, probably a lot of them as well.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I mean, one time, sure.
I mean,
Blockbuster was still around. They were national.
So, yeah, we're living. What'd you think about the Yankees banner at the Yankees game?
I didn't see it. What was the Yankees banner?
It was fucking crazy.
What was the Yankees banner?
I'll show you. Let's see if they got a picture here.
Anybody die this week?
I'm sure.
Noteworthy?
Don't know.
Uh,
Noteworthy?
Yeah, anybody
And
Can you make this full screen?
I don't see shit. To tell you the truth.
I don't see nothing, man. Open image and save image, copy image. I don't know. It's going to open up in some website. I just got to figure out how to use my computer better.
Joe Biden said he was at 9/11 the day after.
Yeah. Can you
But,
believe
yeah,
that?
he's on record of being in Washington at the time that he said that. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's the guys definitely don't. I think the one person put it best is like he always has to make everything about himself.
Oh, yeah. He almost lost his dog and his toaster at his car during a kitchen fire when he was at Maui. Almost had a kitchen fire, which
Well,
almost lost.
I mean, how much
Oh,
more crazy can you get, dude? It's insane. It's like you think his wife is like got dummy chills and cringe chills all day long from just being like, "Oh no, Joe, don't say it." Oh fuck, he said it.
I don't even know if that. You think that's a real marriage?
Supposedly she's like from a mob family. Have you ever heard that?
No, I never heard that.
Yeah, or she's her family's tied to the mob somehow. What the fuck am I doing here? Show.
It just always felt like a staged marriage to me. It looked like one.
Well, she was like, wasn't she the babysitter for the kids at one time?
Yeah. Then he became vice president. She was like, "Oh shit, there's no way out of this."
She was the babysitter.
She was the babysitter. Good for Joe.
Pictures. I'm trying to do this here to see. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, it came in as a friggin' web page. That's not what I wanted. Oh boy. Let's see. Save image as. Cancel. So, what are you looking up? More news? Or you just like talking to somebody?
I'm just scrolling through to see if I see anything.
Maybe it's time to wrap up since you ain't got memes for
I
this
ain't
week.
got memes this week.
Barmy ain't got no memes.
I'll either buy a new laptop in the next couple of weeks or something, or fix this one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try and help you fix it for at least next week.
Hear that? I got to bring another TV in
The other TV.
and hook up my other laptop that's hooked up to the TV.
Oh, you're saying if maybe I bring a monitor, we could hook up your laptop, and it would be the brains for a small monitor.
I got one laptop that's got a smashed screen, so I hook it up to the TV. And then the other laptop that won't take a charge. It's either the power cord or the battery. And then I got a tablet that I don't know is there.
Yeah, I got my little tablet too. It's always giving me fucking problems.
I never fucking use mine, so.
Fuck tablets.
Yeah, I don't really miss the laptop at all. There's certain things like I wanted to do with it that I miss, even though I didn't do those things.
Okay, here's the. I'm surprised you didn't see this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit.
Zooming on in here.
I don't know if people like this, but
I don't like
it goes to what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, with the globalism and everything that's happening,
Say
it's
what
like
you want about flat earthers, but they're not globalist.
we. This is what people are doing because they're so sick of that. Klaus Schwab, you'll own nothing.
Oh, Jesus, this guy. Trump 1776-20 or death.
At the middle of a Yankees game, bro.
Or death. Yeah.
You didn't see that one. That's a glorious one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
At this point, I wouldn't even care if he got impeached. If he got in, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Well, I just feel like a lot of people say stupid things like when you're like, oh, what about this? What about that? They're like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. And it's like, there are people out there right now saying you're going to own nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
And it perfectly coincides with this thing called Agenda 2030.
Absolutely.
That's been out there for years upon years. The things they said in that document they're going to do, the things are happening.
They're happening. Yeah.
But I'm a conspiracy theorist for reading their own papers. This is like Alex Jones talk. He's like, he's like, I read the papers. It's out there. They give them to you.
Well, I mean, that's like, I used to get, like I was talking about the house.org or the clerk at the house, right? I used to like post that, and then when people were arguing about bills and shit, and like, here's the bill, here's how they voted. And I was the conspiracy theorist for fucking looking at that. It's like, why? Just because CNN told you something, you don't believe what
Yeah.
it's actually undocumented? I mean,
because what I'm telling you is not what CNN told you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how much they got him. They got him by the brains.
Oh, they got him bad, dude.
Got him by the brains.
The fact that they were saying Elon Musk is basically a traitor for not having hooked up Starlink in that area, right?
Yeah, so one people could kill another people.
Right. And the fact is, like, a court allegedly that was never there, right?
Well, that's the other point. Is like this book and the way it's being interpreted is wrong because there was never any Starlink coverage in the area that they're claiming
Right.
this act took place.
And the agreement is not for offensive.
It's for defensive. Yes. The agreement is for defensive operations only.
Yes. And this would have been
an offensive
in the middle
operation.
of the Black Sea. Right.
Yeah, where they're going to try and take out some submarines with drones, right?
Is that what it was?
I believe so.
Why would they take out subs?
Fuck if I
They
know,
don't
man.
have ships.
Ukraine?
Yeah. I mean, we got ships, but they don't got ships, really, do they?
You might have hit the nail on the head there.
Wow, I'm just thinking. I was looking at the big board, I'm always looking at the board, Brandon.
Hey, how can we get rid of some of these Russian submarines? How the Ukrainians do it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, man. World War III is around the corner,
It's
and
a
everybody
land
loves
war.
it. Everybody loves it.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
I mean, all these Democrats that are, empathetic and, want to have these fucking sanctuary cities until the people actually come.
Actually show up. Right? Yeah.
They love World War III. They're like all about it.
They're all about World War III right now.
Yeah. And I found out why those Nazis were going for Biden.
What do you mean?
Remember, we were like, why are these Nazis going for Biden?
You were like, why are these?
Yeah, you didn't give me an answer, though.
Why? The left sees everything through a racial lens.
Do you know why the Nazis are there? Because he's given weapons to fucking
Nazis, yeah.
to Nazis.
Yeah, there's multiple reasons. I mean,
Well, that's why supposedly they're fucking doing it, because they're like, oh, he's fucking arming all of the fucking our buddies over there.
Our Nazis. This guy rocks.
I couldn't get it. I was like, what is going on here? And you were right. You're like, oh, well, he's more in line with friggin' their views than Trump is. And I was like, yeah, okay, I kind of. But then
That's why I started off the show of like, I didn't want to talk about border security, but
yeah,
genocide was fine because you won't get accused of being a Nazi.
So yeah, once I fucking got into the story, and the quotes were, the people were like, oh, I fucking I'll support Biden. He's giving, he's arming the fucking, what the fuck's the name of the goddamn?
Azov.
The Azov fucking battalions. Yeah. And he's like, that's great. We need more of that. I was like, holy shit. Okay, I get it now. I didn't see the angle.
There's lots of angles. All right, so the ADL, right?
Attacking Elon again.
Yeah, but they came out and said, if you're pro-life, you're a white supremacy.
That's insane.
It is, right? It is insane.
Oh, well.
It doesn't even make sense because
The other thing that I thought was a good one, I want to do like the guy with the, the black fella that's always doing the thinking meme.
Yeah, the actor.
Yeah. Well, he's like this.
Yeah, yeah. You ever see that interview with that guy?
I never saw the interview. No.
So they found him years later, and he was like, he's British.
Okay.
So he's, he speaks like that, And he was like, I didn't really even think about it, I just was like, that was all improvised, and years later it shows back up.
So anyways, I want to use that British actor's meme, and I want to make it, if you want to make segregation legal again, get the blacks to ask for it.
Yes.
And then just have them going like this.
That's what's going on.
Fucking dummies. Oh, man.
I love fucking Kevin's Corner. Kevin's Corner is on YouTube if you never watch it.
I haven't, no. I'll go subscribe right now.
He was going on about this. He was like, how can we get segregation back? I don't know. Maybe have the blacks do it this time?
It's true, though. It's
He's
like,
a black guy, and he just fucking kills me at all this shit.
like the Hodge twins.
He's similar. He's funnier than I think.
Ooh. That's a big claim.
He's more, he reminds me of people I know, he's got a similar background, and, he was like semi-pro football, and he's a dad, and, has his own business and does a YouTube channel.
Maybe more like Officer Tatum? Or not even?
Not
Way
not-
funnier than him. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Tatum's not the funniest person. He's just a cool dude.
Kevin is funny because he uses a lot of, I guess, what he would call black vernacular. I guess that's what.
You ever watch?
And then he's like, I don't live in 50 miles of a black person. I'm the one. I'm the guy.
I'm the one.
Me and my family live here on purpose.
Oh God, yeah, I'm gonna have fun watching Kevin. That's for sure. You ever watch Young Ripper?
No.
He's funny as fuck, but in a weird way. Just like can't believe shit. Like, and his presentation's just hilarious. But he doesn't do political stuff all that much. He's just talking shit about like other comic creators and fucking gamers that are whining too much. And he's a businessman for sure, though. He's like just released the biggest independent comic book of all time.
All right.
ISOM. Yeah. It's
I think I
freaking
know who he
amazing.
is. I watched Jericho Green. He's funny. He's in California. He was a Navy. He was in the Navy, He's a patriot. He's a black dude. And he just goes on about the racial shit. It's so funny. It's the way he just like breaks everything down and ends up being reversed. And he was going on about 50 years of hip hop and Kamala Harris having, a party, and he was like, she don't fucking listen to hip hop.
Oh man, that was so bad. That was so bad. When they did that whole whatever scam.
What scam?
Well, not scam, but just like
her saying she was smoking weed, listening to Tupac in the 80s.
Or just her party the other day.
Yeah.
It was like
staged. Like,
what a fucking photo op.
That's all it was. Jericho was, he was saying, basically they try to recreate House Party, right, for the cameras.
Yeah, but at the White House.
Or the vice president's house, but whatever.
Whatever, yeah. Really bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. But he cracks me up. He seems like somebody I know, Doc Rich I watch. He's not so funny. He's a little more analytical.
I got a meme for the week.
Let's do it.
One meme. Well, I might have more, but they're really old. But
Brandon's memes.
We weren't. I don't know if we wanted to do this one, but we're gonna do it.
All right, let's do it quick. I gotta be back by 11.
Okay, here we go. This is my one meme for the week.
Meme of the week.
When Disney makes a movie about
God.
Greta Thunberg.
Oh my God.
You don't read it?
Hey, look, yeah. Y'all fitting
destroy the earth.
Yeah, is that what it says?
Yeah.
Destroy the earth. Y'all fit to destroy the earth. That's bad.
Or
It does
Netflix.
fucking look like her.
Or Netflix, you know?
Yeah.
When Netflix makes a movie about Greta Thunberg. Y'all fit to destroy the earth.
Did look like her.
It might have been AI tech.
I've seen that,
Yeah, individuals that look exactly like
just a different skin color.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny when you get into some of them. You're like, holy shit! It's like the African Brad Pitt or the fucking Caucasian fucking Will Smith or something. You're like, what the fuck? This is hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know, people.
Alrighty, well, he's got to get home. He ain't got no memes.
Ain't got no memes. Ain't got no laptop.
We're gonna fit that. We're gonna fix that. We're fitting to fix that.
Fitting to fix it.
That's the new slang. I mean, I've heard fitting for a few years now, but that was some Philly slang first I heard.
Fitting was?
Yeah.
But the only thing that's really caught my eye, I saw in a documentary, right? Because I was just curious about language for a little while there, and actually Thomas Sowell kind of got me into that when he was talking about black vernacular in America or whatever, and he's black, so I guess he's allowed to do that.
He's allowed, yes, he's allowed.
But like with my grandfather always speaking like Irish English, right? Which is just basically there's no I's.
Okay.
So you wouldn't say I'm good, me doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not. There's no mine, or it's me hat.
Yeah, it's kind of like. Oh, I mean, I guess maybe that's English, but I always like to say, because I saw it in some movies, that weren't me. I don't know if
weren't me. Yeah. So I used to think of that stuff as kind of like
like I didn't do it. It's weren't me. Yeah.
I used to think of that kind of like talk as like, improper English or kind of low class, and then I was like, everybody understands what they're saying. There's a million people saying it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the fucking difference? I understand it. So then I lightened up. But one of them I got into was Appalachian talk, right? And they have a term called Saigagli.
Saigagli?
That means it's crooked.
What the fuck, dude?
It's it's laying all Saigagli. Or, it's Saigagli. It's not being upright. Yeah, it means.
And what term is it?
The term is Saigagli.
But it's not. There's no friggin' etymology. They just made it up.
Yeah, there is an etymology.
Okay.
It's like a combination
of like an old.
No, I think it's a bunch of words they pushed together into one word.
All right. I was wondering if it came out of like Latin, and they're saying a Latin word with some other word, and they're like, it's a Saigagli.
No, I think it's a combination of.
It's a sight ugly.
No.
Okay.
I think it's a combination of like looking at me sideways.
Okay.
And.
What do you say now? It's Saigagli?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And to be oogled.
Right. Oogled or.
Right.
Discombobbled. Saigagli.
Yeah, Saigagli. It's all Saigagli. It's crooked.
Now, if you were to say that was Irish, I'd say they were saying it's a sight ugly.
Say ugly.
It's sight ugly.
Yeah. Irish and Scottish are kind of the same. The Welsh are way the fuck out there. Like, what the fuck? You ever see that one Welsh town? It's got like 80 fucking letters in it.
No.
Dude, there's this one fucking weather person, and they're showing them doing the weather, and you could see the name on the screen.
And it goes the whole screen?
Yeah, it's like the whole length of the screen. The guy says it, and goes about it, the weather report, the normal one. And they have an interview with them, and he's like, I've been waiting my whole life to say that word. I've been practicing my whole life. He's like, I was so nervous, when I came up to it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's a fucking, I imagine, weird, with all the little, what do they call them? The glyphs? Glyphs?
Well, there's no.
That's in English.
There's no glyphs in English, no.
Yeah. But to read something that's like this long with a bunch of those probably is a little.
Glyphs are mostly Nordic, right?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
English had letters.
Okay. I think we did.
Let's see. Jersey sucks. Yep. All right.
Jersey sucks.
Guy in Pennsylvania, New England. Anything? Anything? Bueller. Anything? Texas. I know there's something going on in Texas. There's
always something going on.
It's
down
too
in
big
Texas.
not to have. Them in California.
Well, we're about to get back to this. Speaking of old memes here.
All right.
Oh, that's not it. Good kids are compliant kids.
Yeah, right.
That's going to happen again. People are going to go for it.
Of course they are.
I heard people are going for it already.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They never stopped going for
They
it.
can't wait. I've seen people wearing them the whole time, Brandon. In the cars by themselves, driving down the road, still wearing a mask. Basically, I avoid those people as much as possible because I know there's going to be some bullshit, right? There's an extra layer of bullshit if something happens, right? Now I'm not wearing a mask. I'm within 6 feet of them. They're going to start blaming me and contaminating them. I just avoid them like they're fucking sick.
I avoid them like they're the plague.
Yeah. Because I know it's going to be some bullshit, right?
I haven't used this one yet, but it's got to be such a good one if you get it in there somewhere. Just you sound vaccinated.
I ran into an old friend who I haven't seen in a while.
When somebody starts talking, that's propaganda. Go, oh, you sound vaccinated.
I ran into an old friend I haven't seen in a while. I shouldn't say I haven't seen her in a while.
You've seen her.
I've seen her. I haven't
talked
stopped.
to
I haven't stopped and talked to her. So I stopped and talked to her, and I can't remember how she came about it, but she was like basically like, she was warming.
She was
warming up to the conversation of vaccination, and she's not vaccinated, so she
right. She was testing the waters.
Testing the
as
waters,
they say.
right?
Yeah.
And I was kind of, I don't give a shit if vaccinated. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Good. So you're like, thank God this
And
one's
she
not
was-
brainwashed.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm not vaccinated." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care. Either way, just don't care."
That's weird that it's got to be such a weird subject for people anymore.
Yeah, and this is somebody who, like,
You know for years.
oh yeah, since we were little kids, and she told me she loved me when she left, and I said I
Uh-huh.
love you. But in the beginning, she was feeling out where if I was vaccinated, where I stood on that issue. And at one point, I was just like, I don't care if people are vaccinated or not. Don't care.
Yeah, and I didn't get it, and I'm happy I didn't.
I never divulged that information, but yeah. Once I told her I didn't care, she was like, "Oh, I'm not vaccinated." I'm like, "I don't care."
Well,
Good for you. Yeah, whatever.
I think that's awesome because it's just like, more people that are willing to not buy into it, and that's for the better.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know there's other people out there because it seemed like there was a lot of shame going around during the whole.
Well, now they're gonna do it again, except this time they're gonna kill us.
Yeah, they're gonna put the good stuff in the fucking virus this time.
Yeah. It's a fake out,
I had talked to Jack about this a while back. I was like, yeah, the second time around, they really are gonna just
It's
let
gonna
it
be
roll.
super deadly. Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, oh yeah, all you dumb motherfuckers that didn't want to get vaxxed. Now you're fucked.
All right.
And that's fine by me. It's like no more taxes. That's the way I look at it.
I can hide out for months on end. I don't have to be anywhere.
Dude, I was the one that was ready for it when it first came through. Like, I was already in fucking John Rambo mode, like
Yeah,
week
I remember.
1, week 2.
I remember.
Until I realized it was a bunch of horse shit. And then I was like, oh, I better, pump the brakes. This ain't as bad as it's being made out to be. So they got me going. I was ready.
The moment for me was
I learned how to distill.
a friend of mine who has kids came over, saw my luscious toilet paper supply that I had gathered before the pandemic because I saw it happening in Australia.
Yeah, you were weeks ahead with everybody else that
Yeah.
has a brain.
And she was crying because she couldn't find any toilet paper, and I gave her a bunch of toilet paper. Like, this has gone fucking nuts. People are fucking
That's insane.
Can't find toilet paper with kids. Yeah.
And also the other thing too is like just wipe your ass with water or something. It's like you're not
Yeah.
gonna die if you
No.
don't have toilet paper.
No.
Stop looking for toilet paper.
But the amount of pink eye her family would have had and all this other shit. I mean, come
Just get in the tub and wash your ass.
on. But I gave her toilet paper. And I was like, this is crazy. Fucking people are nuts. It's just,
Most of the world lives with washing their ass.
Yeah.
No toilet paper.
I know.
That's why we look like such fucking idiots.
When the Soviet Union fell, that was the first thing they had to regulate.
Toilet paper?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Because it was coming from Siberia, and everybody lives in the fucking West. So it had to travel fucking 6,000 miles. It was getting marked up at every fucking stop.
I imagine if it's wintertime, toilet paper is much nicer, though, now that I think about it.
Sure.
Unless you got warm water.
Yeah.
But
But
that's a first world issue.
it is a first world issue. But that was the first thing when the Soviet Union broke down in Russia.
No bread, no toilet paper.
Toilet paper was a bigger issue, yeah.
Wow.
Because it was getting marked up as it traveled the country.
That's insane.
That's going to do it for this week, I think.
I think we're done, everybody.
I got to use the bathroom.
Barney's got no memes,
I got to get going.
and he's got to be home.
I'm not going to make it.
All right, everybody, where we go, there you are.
Later.